Ever wondered how much our cultural system plays a role in our daily behaviors, particularly in keeping us passive and compliant? Well, it's time to ponder. Our cultural system, the invisible web of norms, values, and beliefs, exerts a powerful influence, shaping our actions and attitudes. It's like the air we breathe, so ubiquitous, it's easy to overlook its impact. Yet, its influence is pervasive, subtly guiding our behaviors, determining what's acceptable, what's not, and even what's desirable. It's a fascinating, complex matrix that we're all a part of. Now, let's take this a notch deeper. How exactly does this system keep us passive? What mechanisms does it employ to ensure compliance? Intrigued? You should be. Because today, we're about to embark on an enlightening journey. We'll delve into the top 10 ways our cultural system maintains passivity, offering insights and sparking conversations. Join us as we uncover the top 10 ways our cultural system keeps us passive. First on our list is the standardization of education. Picture a classroom where every student is taught the same thing, in the same way, at the same pace. This is what we call a standardized education system. It's convenient, sure, but does it really cater to the diverse needs and talents of every student? Often it doesn't. Instead, it fosters an environment where critical thinking is overlooked and the focus is placed on memorizing facts. It's like we're creating a factory line of students, all coming out with the same knowledge, the same skills, and the same perspectives. This kind of education system can promote passivity by limiting the opportunities for students to question, to challenge, to think outside the box. This lack of critical thinking can lead to a compliant society where people are less likely to question authority or the status quo. When education is standardized, it can often stifle individuality and creativity. Next up, we have the influence of media. In this digital age, the media holds a remarkable amount of power. It reaches into our homes, our workplaces, our everyday lives, and subtly shapes our perceptions and beliefs. It's a double-edged sword, really. On one hand, it enlightens us, keeps us informed about the world beyond our immediate surroundings. But on the flip side, it can also encourage passivity. How, you ask? Well, consider the sway the media holds over public opinion. It's a platform for popular views, and the more these views are propagated, the more they become the accepted norm. People tend to align their thoughts with these popular opinions, often without much critical analysis. This adherence to popular views promotes passivity and compliance, discouraging individuals from challenging the status quo or voicing dissenting opinions. And so, we find ourselves in a world where our thoughts and behaviors are subtly manipulated by the media. The power of media in shaping our thoughts and behaviors cannot be underestimated. Third on our list is the consumer culture. It's a fascinating beast, isn't it? We're immersed in a world of shiny new gadgets, trendy clothes, and the latest must-haves. This culture promotes passivity by encouraging us to focus on materialistic pursuits. The idea is simple: the more you buy, the happier you are. But is that the case? Let's take a moment to ponder. This constant chase for the new and improved breeds conformity instead of individuality. We're subtly nudged to blend into the crowd, to desire what everyone else desires. It's a cleverly disguised form of control, where the illusion of choice is often just that, an illusion. And what's the result? In a consumer society, our worth often gets tied to what we own rather than who we are. We're more than the sum of our possessions, aren't we? So let's question, let's challenge, and let's redefine what it truly means to be worth something. Next, let's delve into the power of social norms. These invisible rules of society hold a considerable influence in shaping our behavior and thoughts. They're like the unwritten code of conduct that defines what's acceptable and what's not. From the moment we're born, we're taught to fit into the societal mold. We're encouraged to behave, think, and even dress in a certain way. This constant pressure to conform can suppress our individuality, making us passive players in the grand theater of life. Think about it. How often have we held back our opinions or desires because they didn't align with what's considered normal? How often have we chosen silence over expression, just to avoid the discomfort of going against the grain? The power of social norms is subtle yet profound. They can shape our actions and thoughts, often without us even realizing it. And this, my friends, is how passivity is promoted. Our fear of standing out can often make us conform to societal norms. Halfway through our list, we come to political systems. These systems are like the hidden puppeteers, subtly pulling the strings that guide our actions and perspectives. Laws and regulations on the surface aim to maintain order and protect the public, yet they also subtly shape our behaviors. Consider, for example, how tax laws can nudge us towards certain financial behaviors, or how zoning laws influence where we live and who we interact with. Even the structure of our political systems can impact our level of engagement. A two-party system, for instance, might induce a sense of inevitability, reducing the drive to explore alternative viewpoints. It's not all manipulation, though. These systems also provide a framework within which we can express our views and affect change. Yet, it's crucial to remember that our political systems often shape our behaviors more than we realize. Sixth on our list are religion and belief systems. These systems have been integral parts of societies for centuries, shaping the way we think, behave, and interact with the world around us. They offer a framework of understanding, providing answers to life's profound questions, and offering solace in times of distress. However, they can also foster passivity and compliance. How so, you might wonder? Well, through their doctrines and teachings. Religion often advocates for acceptance of one's circumstances as part of a divine plan, encouraging individuals to be patient and endure hardships with grace. This perspective, while comforting, might also discourage active problem-solving or challenging the status quo. Moreover, religious institutions often promote a sense of unity and shared identity among their followers. This collective identity might discourage individualistic thinking or actions that deviate from the accepted norms. So, in these ways, religion and belief systems, while providing moral guidance, can often also promote conformity. Next, we have language and communication. Our tongues and fingertips craft words and symbols that are nothing less than the building blocks of thought. But what happens when these building blocks are shaped by external forces? Language, in its essence, can limit our thoughts and promote passivity. It's not merely about what we say, but what we're conditioned to say. Think about it. We're taught certain words and phrases that often carry with them predefined meanings and implications. This shapes our perception of reality, subtly guiding our thoughts and feelings in a particular direction. It's a linguistic sleight of hand that maintains the status quo, keeping us compliant without us even realizing it. Moreover, the modes of communication we use can further reinforce this passivity. From social media algorithms that echo our own views to news outlets presenting a single perspective, our communication channels can often be echo chambers, limiting our exposure to diverse ideas and viewpoints. The way we communicate can often shape the way we think. Eighth on our list is work culture. Imagine a world where everyone wears the same outfit, thinks the same way, and never questions the status quo. This is not a scene from a dystopian novel, but a depiction of how work culture can sometimes operate. The system often encourages employees to conform to a particular way of thinking, behaving, and even dressing. This uniformity may promote efficiency and cohesion, but it can also stifle creativity and individuality. Moreover, many workplaces discourage dissent, viewing it as a threat to harmony and productivity. But isn't it through challenging established norms and procedures that we pave the way for innovation and progress? When employees are afraid to voice their opinions, they become passive participants in the organization. They stop contributing fresh ideas and instead become mere cogs in the machine, delivering what's expected of them, but nothing more. A culture that stifles dissent can lead to a passive workforce. Last but not least, we have technology and social media. In our modern society, technology is a fundamental part of life, and social media platforms have become our go-to spaces for communication. But have you ever considered how these platforms might be fostering passivity? Let's peel back the layers. Social media algorithms are designed to feed us content that aligns with our existing beliefs, creating what are known as echo chambers. These chambers can limit our exposure to diverse perspectives and ideas, promoting a certain level of intellectual passivity. Moreover, the vast amount of information we consume daily can lead to information overload, making us passive consumers rather than active seekers of knowledge. We are served a buffet of information, but how much of it do we truly digest and critically analyze? Additionally, the homogeneity of content promoted by these algorithms can stifle individuality, subtly pressuring us to conform to popular trends and ideas. While technology connects us, it can also make us passive consumers of information. So there you have it, the top 9 ways our cultural system keeps us passive. We've journeyed through the standardization of education, where uniformity often suppresses individuality and critical thinking. We've examined the media's influence, shaping our perceptions and beliefs, and discussed the consumer culture that entraps us in a cycle of desire and consumption. We've navigated social norms that dictate our behaviors, political systems that often prioritize power over people, and religious belief systems that can either liberate or confine us. We've delved into language and communication, tools that can be manipulated to control narratives, and explored work culture, which can limit our time and freedom for personal growth. Lastly, we've looked at technology and social media, platforms that, while connecting us, can also breed passivity and compliance. These elements, woven into our cultural fabric, subtly shape our attitudes and behaviors, but remember, awareness is the first step towards change. Stay curious, stay informed,